Hello everyone, I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. I almost did 3 for a second, there is no 3. Last episode we made our way to Tikawara and did some exploring. The main thing is there was a quest here where someone was falsely accused of stealing some of the last of their food. They're having food issues. So we will go and see what we can do about that at the communal storage hut. Right now, in fact, we'll take care of other things after. The drum emits a deep, satisfying boom when you strike it. A seasoned Huana woman rests her elbow on the drum like it's the only thing keeping her upright. She pats the hide skin, the percussion no more effortful than a sigh. She opens her eyes as you approach. I keep forgetting to change the name. I gotta do that after this conversation. What do you do here? Tipping her head to the side, her mouth curves up in a cautious smile. She touches her brow with 2 fingers. Then she gives the drum a pair of playful taps. That may have been an introduction. What do you do here? Exaggerating her movements, she shields her eyes and scans the horizon. Then she points off at the distance, kicks her legs up with youthful glee, and pretends to pound on the drum with wild, enthusiastic beats. Shrugging, she lets her hand fall to her sides once again. Don't you speak? A deep, wrinkled scar traces a winding path down her neck. She tilts her head to the side and beckons you to look closer. The angle and shape look like the mark of a boar's tusk. Ooh! She raises one finger and points down to a dried hoof knotted to her belt. Then she makes a gesture of pulling back and releasing a bowstring several times in rapid succession. Grinning, she snaps her fingers and leans once more against the drum with a satisfied sigh.
I admit it. I like this one.
She rolls her eyes at Maya and shoos her away. Do you know anything about the tribe's missing Koiki? Frowning, she sweeps her hand out to gesture at the entire village at once. She shrugs. Then her hand wanders toward her belly. She sighs through her nose. Farewell, then. Right, the ship. I keep forgetting. We need to rename them. The first one was the Defiant. The second was just Voyager. Third one is Dao. I need to rename this ship. The Vixen? Why not? I may as well name him the Vixen until I think of a better idea for a name. Which heaven only knows if I'll be able to. Ah, hello. Stained Kaura reeds. Nothing there. Oh, wait a minute. Wana tribes use the hardy Kaura reeds to weave baskets or mats. The material is flexible and firm, giving off a faint smell of salt water. I think that's our clue. Because it says it's a quest item.
Joanna was wise to bring us here. A year, and still foreigners never attack.
But our food dwindles. Better to die fighting than starving.
Yes. Hello. Whatever you need, I can help.
Pakeho was lying. Tamao didn't steal the Koiki.
What say? But can who speak through a false blowhole? Prove it. Show me the real traitor.
Well, I don't have any hard evidence yet.
Do not waste me.
Okay. Nothing to say there.
It is a bad omen to have a priestess.
Pakeho, do you have anything to
Age is
say?
no assurance of wisdom.
You need something?
Remember Anna?
No. I think these are our only clue as to who it might be. We need to find someone who's connected to making baskets, I assume.
For what do you linger here?
No, Vector wouldn't be. So, I guess we'll need to talk to the other people here. This Kawaru hut and the shrine. Well, may as well start with the hut. This is woven from Kaura reeds, a hardy but flexible material smelling of sea salt. I think we found it. Rongi. This Amawa man seems lost in thought. His clothes are neat and clean, but he's tugging on the fringe of his sash, which he's worried into a long, loose thread. He looks up at you, his bleary eyes suddenly sharp and alert.
What say? You are new to Tikawara?
So what do you do here?
I weave baskets and mats, strong and soft, just as my mother's cousin taught me.
He smiles with real pride.
In the afternoon, I will go to the trading post to sell them. Of course, all that I earn goes back to the Ranga first. This is prize share.
Prize share.
Ikira, we trust in our Ranga to dispense our food, goods, and coin to the tribe. The Mataru get the best of all, and then the Kwaru. The Raparu share what is left among themselves. Mukumu sees to it that Tamao is made an example of what breaking prize share looks like.
I see.
I weave in the after, of course.
Okay.
Ikira, what say?
Do you know anything about the missing Koiki fruit?
Only that Tamao was slept like a fat tortoise, while the rest of us chew on reeds to fool our bellies. Ikira, no one could be less surprised. Tamao had this coming.
You don't seem particularly upset about it.
Guilty or no, being tossed to the waves is what Tamao deserves. I have no tears for him. He complained until the Ranga gave him my finest mats, and then left him out for the sport of beasts. Let the gods sort him.
Rongi's lip curls back, but he holds his composure steady. So even if Tamao is innocent, you don't care?
The tribe has challenges enough without Juana eating from each other's plates.
Flaring his nostrils, Rongi glances away from you.
You overstep for a stranger, an outsider. I say you should go back to the shore that welcomes you.
He turns away and says no more.
I see your feet will not let...
If not for the food shortage, Ruana would ask for what I bring so many crabs from the beach. They take to the sand at midnight and scuttle around my feet, as hungry as the rest of us, I say. The work is difficult enough without them pinching my ankles and going after the prize. I thank Ngati for every day that Ruano does not ask. The shore warms by day and cools by night. If this will get the job done, then even Kahopa may forgive me. Only at midnight can I check. Someday the tribe will know what I do, but until that day, Ikera, no one may know. In the meantime, I say the beach is so lonely. Really? Goes down to the beach every midnight. That may be our only clue. Something down at the beach at midnight. Which, sadly, will be a while. So let's go take a look elsewhere.
You certainly seem to admire the luminous bathhouse, Aloth. It was made by animancers, of course.
And if they devoted all their efforts to such endeavors, you wouldn't hear me complain.
It is a wonder they manage at all without your wisdom and guidance.
The belles reliefs have been worn smooth in some places, encrusted with patina in others. The statue depicts a voluptuous woman with the head of an anglerfish. The paint is thick as if freshly applied. Well, we know who that is. Let's take a look at the shrine. Let's see.
Blow bitter today, outsider.
This looks like a smaller, older version of the statue outside. The wood is smooth and mottled with water damage. This woman is young, but her serious manner makes her look much older. Her nose and ears are pierced in several places, and her mouth is twisted in a scowl.
More outlanders. Are your masters so desperate that they send you to plunder a starving village?
I think we got off on the wrong foot. Laniara, captain of the Vixen.
For what do you say this? To impress me? You are no different from the last ones who came through.
She shakes her head, scowling.
Outlanders conquer us with ink and paper packs as well as blades. But they conquer us all the same.
I'm just seeking a lost Valian expedition.
Better for us all if they stay lost, I say.
The company came here at the invitation of your chief. You should respect his decision.
Palagina's lip curls at the young woman's impudence.
Amira's armored hatchling speaks with no authority here. Ruanu. He collaborates with the bottom feeders who went to Pokokahara for Adra riches. I warned the Valians about Pokokahara, but why listen to the ignorant Huana girl? Now I remain. They are gone. Taken by the curse.
Valians are some of the most skilled navigators in the world. They don't just go missing.
Pococahara was not for them. With Nagati's aid, the sea takes and gives in equal measure.
She raises her fingers to her brow.
Dark clouds surround Pococahara, and in my dreams, they swallow us all.
She looks at the statue next to her, her eyes bright with intensity. It's a good speech, and it sounds like one she's rehearsed a little too carefully. If the island's cursed, whoever lived to tell about it? She sighs deeply, her bony shoulders rising like a vulture's wings.
We tell these stories not because they happen just so. We tell them for what they mean. Our Rangosphere makes him too trusting. He believes the Valiant traders will protect us if they settle here and mine Pococahara.
She closes her eyes and shakes her head.
They will. It is what the company has done throughout the Eastern Reach. Why not here?
So the villagers pour their sweat into the sand, building a trading post on a barren island.
I have an Adir choice. What do you think will happen?
If more Valians come? Akira, the same thing that has happened with every other foreigner. They will kill us, rob us, enslave us. And we will be too busy building their halls and sweeping their docks to fight. You are known as a friend to the Huana. If you did not win our favor to simply profit from us, then prove it now. If you go to Pococahara, I say the best thing is to destroy it for the tribe.
Destroy it? Her brow raises sharply as she studies your reaction.
Destroying a vein of precious luminous Adra is foolish, childish, and of benefit to no one. Certainly not to the tribe she hopes to protect.
When the Adra is gone, the Valians will dig somewhere else, leaving us to point our canoes toward more welcoming shores.
How do you expect me to destroy Luminous Adra?
If I knew, then I would go myself. Anything that is built can surely be destroyed, Akira. And the storms are proof of powerful magic at work. Dispel this magic, banish it, whatever needs doing.
I'm sorry, but I won't shatter a gateway to the beyond because it's inconvenient for you.
Then stay out of my plans. Sail back to wherever you came from.
I hear that Anaharu also had problems with outsiders. She winces as you speak the name. One hand strays to the coral crescent pendant. She forces it back down, pinning her hand beneath folded arms.
Anaharu was the tribe's priest before me. And he was my father. Before he challenged Ruanu to a trial of waves.
She sighs and takes hold of the pendant, gripping it in a tight fist.
But he was cast off. We are forbidden to speak of him.
Tell me about the trial of waves.
When there is an argument between leaders that cannot be answered, we turn to Nagati. Two challengers risk violent currents, beasts from the deep, and waves that would dash them against the rocks. The winner, if there is one, has Nagati's favor. The loser, living or dead, is forgotten by Nagati and the tribe.
And why did Anaharu challenge Ruanu to a trial of waves?
My father knew the traders are as dangerous as pirates and slavers, perhaps more, because they grow strong in Neketaka.
Her mouth becomes a hard line. Her eyes for a moment look distant, dead.
So, when the expedition came, he begged Ruanu to send them away and move the tribe to another island.
Her knobby knuckles pale as she squeezes the pendant.
Ruanu, he did not listen, and Anaharu was done talking.
And what does it mean to be cast off?
It means the tribe must forget him. The Ranga divided his possessions among the other Mataru, and now we do not speak of him.
I see.
Anaharu goes to his next life, but forgotten, he goes to a different tribe.
You also don't seem to think much of Ruanu's leadership.
He is our Ranga. My own great-aunt looked into his soul and declared him such.
Even as she says this, she hesitates, one hand clenching in a fist at her side.
I must respect him, even as he builds a village for our enemies.
Have you tried reasoning with him?
Akira, I have, and so did Anaharu. I must learn to stop saying his name.
Are you the priestess of this tribe? She nods, one finger brushing the crescent pendant at her neck.
We worship the same gods as the foreigners, but sometimes with different names. This is Nagati, the trickster of the seas.
She points to the wooden statue. It's as smooth as an old piece of driftwood, and the sun-bleached and water-stained patches suggest years of travel from one village to the next.
You worship Gon same as I do. At least in Nekataka. But I'll admit I've never called Andra Ngati.
How long have you been around here? You've been hearing it constantly, Jyoti.
Foreigners know her as Andra. To us, there is no difference.
Farewell, then. Alright. Well, let's go see the chieftain. It's the only other person we can talk to. And then we'll just need to figure out a way to make time pass until midnight. Or nighttime, at least.
Welcome to Tikawara.
Yes, thank you for the welcome. An Amawa huddles in close conversation with the warriors next to him. He whispers in a low, stern voice. No sooner do you catch his eye than he grins wide enough to stretch every muscle in his face.
Greetings, friend. Always an honor to receive guests.
He inclines his head and touches his brow. Laniara, captain of the Vixen, at your service.
I would shower you with the fruit of our harvest, but the season is unkind, I say. Pococahara is restless. Even from afar, the storms tear our bounty up by the root and chase fish to calmer shores.
He raises his hand to gesture to the east. His hand falls limply to its side. What is Pococahara exactly?
An island not touched since the days of our ancestors. The Valians went to Pococahara for luminous Ardra, but their expedition does not return. As the storms grow wild, Tikawara dies around us. No traveler will land here if they are forced to eat their belts, I say.
He absently presses his knuckles, worrying the blood from his fingers. How is Pococahara causing storms?
You are new to the islands. I would not expect you to know of these things. Our ancestors told of luminous Ardra, the bones of the dead fire, breaching through the sands of Pococahara. Ngati raises her watery fist in defense of the Ardra. Valian or Huana, it is nothing to her who suffers in the wake of such anger.
At the implication of divine providence, Palagina's right eye twitches in annoyance, the membrane flicking out and back. Fighting against it, she forces a weak smile and nods politely. Cocking his head to the side, Ruanu mirrors the gesture with a full smile. He seems to be puzzling out Palagina's reaction. It's highly unusual for Ardra to impact its environment as you describe.
Maybe that is for what the Valians find it so fascinating. Their captain brushed off my tails like the buzzing of gnats.
Why not move the tribe elsewhere?
In our old villages, we were raided by pirates, stolen by slavers, and killed by Rawatayan scouts.
His head droops further with each admission, as if their acknowledgement diminishes him personally.
So I brought them here, where the soil is too poor for kuiki fruit and the waters too shallow for great fish. At least we are in the path of Valian traders as they come and go. This is protection, prosperity, a future.
Beyond the storms, is there any danger?
Ikira, we paddle our canoes the long way around Pococahara for a reason, I say. Another people lived among our ancestors and built a temple in the desert. Now there is only death.
Now, that does tend to follow the Ingwithins.
But the Valians closed their ears to my warning.
I have some history with old places that cause storms. It's how I ended up a watcher. I'll take a look. His eyes widen a little. The smile that creases his face seems, for the moment, genuine.
Here, this was a token passed down from the Rankas, said to come from Pococahara in brighter days.
He passes you a heavy length of copper shaped in a spiral. This looks like a seashell.
The Muzuma snail, a foul thing, yes? They eat through the dead faster than Tangaloa, I say. It is nothing Nikuaru would craft. The ancestors and their hobbies. If you need aid, Himurihi's warriors need only someone to bark commands and they will go.
He raises his fingers to his brow once more. I had questions about it.
Wind and sorrow
Okay,
are
we've
all
already
that speak
answered
on,
this.
friend.
Where
What
could I
say?
find supplies?
The Valians left many crates with the dwarf. He hoards them by the beach.
Annoyance flickers across his face, but it's gone as quickly as a ripple on the water.
But we never refuse a guest. If you need sleep, Himuihi will show you all the villages contending for the honor of your visit. And if you need strong Mataru warriors to fight at your side, then Himuihi can help you with this also. She guards the trading post.
So tell me about your tribe now.
Our village here is young still, but we will grow when the Valians come. That is for what we build many houses now, even a trading post.
He beams with pride.
We make Tikawara pleasing to the Valians. Then when they come for Pokokahara, they build their harbor here. They must.
You don't seem to mind the Valian influence here.
Some tribes push foreigners away, but it is good to have powerful friends.
A frown briefly clouds his expression.
Powerful friends have a way of extracting costly favors, don't they?
He gives you a sidelong glance.
If the Valians come, they will build an outpost here in Tikawara.
His gaze unfocuses like he is convincing himself of every word.
And then we will have more to trade with outsiders than just Rongi's mats. With coin comes protection, friendship, a favorable arrangement for both sides, I say.
It doesn't seem like you have enough to support that many people.
Then we buy what we do not grow. Soon our pockets will drag behind us with foreign coin. I say that in Tikawara there is always a spot around the fire and...
A gurgle reverberates from the stomach of the guard standing next to Ruanu. He grimaces and places his hands over his belly as if to muffle the sound. The Ranga shoots him a withering glare.
And a koiki in every hand.
When he turns back to you, he's all wide smiles and pleasantries again.
Speak on, friend.
I see. Well, he's not doing the best now, is he? So, I know I have two things relating to Pokokahara. So, the main quest is to go to Pokokahara, and the Valian Trading Company wants something with it. So, the Valian Trading Company wants us to go to Pokokahara and resolve matters in their favor. However, the Royal Deadfire Company want me to go to render it unusable. Which means I'm going to be making a choice. Do I support the Valians or the Rawatayans? The Trading Company or the Royal Deadfire Company? The traders who want to mine the entire land for everything it has, or the colonizers who want to take over parts of the Deadfire for themselves. That's the thing. There's effectively 5 groups here. We have the Valian trading companies who want to mine everything and get a load of money. The Royal Deadfire Company who wants to colonize the place and make it theirs. The Huana who want to kick out all the outsiders and keep the place for themselves. And the Principe who are pirates. And technically it's 2 different groups, but still they're pirates. It's not really a good central choice, so I'm gonna need to be careful with these decisions here. That said, I shouldn't destroy it, since then the spirits would not be able to use it. I'm pretty sure I can't really do anything down here. I mean, I can get over here, but I don't think I'll be able to find what I need to find, not until it's midnight. Yeah, I can't see it until midnight. Which means time will need to pass. So, I think the best option will be to leave the area and come back when it's nighttime. And we do have areas we can explore on the island, at least. So that is a plus. Sunepu Beach, an old battleground to look at. Toaku Biwa Trail, a burial site, Boahika Pass, and Hohina Ravine. Alright, we do have places we can look. And you know what? We'll do that in the next episode. I think this one's gone on long enough. Next episode, we'll explore around the island, see what we can find and what we can do. It looks like there's going to be a bunch of fights and the like. And hopefully be able to complete the other thing we need to do here. That'll be in the next episode. So until then, I'm Chester44, also known as Felai. That is Laniara, Palagina, Jolti, Maya, and Aloth. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. And I shall see you all next time.